Welcome back to our channel, Age Gap Gone Right. I'm Rob.
And I am Tyla, and today's subject will be what keeps us together. After 32 years, why am I still with him? And why is he still with me?
Why am I with her?
We've
Go
got,
ahead.
There's a lot. We were discussing this morning, and it's not something that we often think about. It's just, we just kind of...
I think about it all the time.
You do not. Anyways, I would say the biggest reason that we're still together after this many years is I was telling him this morning, he's my best friend. We do everything together. Not everything, but most everything. If he's going to the hardware store, I usually go with him. If I'm not working, if I'm going to the grocery store, he goes with me. And we get along. We even have family make comments sometimes about, you're always together. You're never apart. If we go visit somebody, we're together. If he goes to my mother's house, or when he did go to my mother's house, she's passed, but he was always with me. So if we weren't together, someone was always asking, well, where's Rob? Where's Tyla? So
I think it's natural to want to be around the people that you like. Now, I fell in love with her, but I like her. She's nice, she's respectful. But the main thing is she has my best interest in mind, and I have her best interest in mind. And it's natural to want to be around the people that you like.
Right.
And if you don't, I mean, I guess you can be in love and not really like each other. I mean, I guess that's a thing.
That's a thing, because I love some people that I just don't like very often. I'm not afraid to say it. I mean, you can love people, but sometimes you just don't like the way they behave or like their personality, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it can be family, it can be friends, it can be whatever, but we don't just love each other, we like each other. We get along. We don't have issues with each other. And a lot of that has to go with respect. We respect each other, and we respect our, I wouldn't call it our privacy, but our alone time.
Yes, I'm not one to share a bathroom. I don't want to go into a bathroom with my wife. I don't want her to go into a bathroom with me. So we don't need dual sinks. I believe that you need to give a woman a place to be a lady, and
vice versa.
You know, I don't need to see her get ready to go out and stuff. I don't need that. I think that people actually, they kind of need their space.
Right.
And
I mean,
philosophically, I mean, we're lined up because we're both, at our core, we're nice, respectful people. And there's things that we don't do. We don't talk down to people, and we don't call each other names. We don't call anyone any names other than their given name or maybe a nickname. And, you know, that carries over even if you're having a disagreement. I mean, nothing foul is going to come out of your mouth if you just get in the habit of not calling each other names or people names. I mean, that's really, really important.
The worst thing that he has ever called me, and you'll find this funny, is Tyla. Because he doesn't call me Tyla, he calls me Pete. He calls me by my nickname. And if we're having a disagreement or something, we try not to yell. We don't yell. We don't yell in front of our kids. We don't yell at each other. But if he says, now Tyla, I know, I know that we're having a disagreement or whatever, he's trying to get his point across, and that's fine. But we've never
Tyla,
we've never yelled at each other. We don't talk down to each other. We don't say shut up. We've never said shut up. I don't say shut up to my kids or each other or other people. It's just something that we've always believed, and we're nice. It's one of my favorite sayings is everybody can be nice. Everyone can be nice. They are not, but they can be. Everybody has that power in them, whether it's your siblings, whether it's your kids, whether it's your friends. Everybody can be nice, whether it's at the store. Just be a nice person. I mean, you don't have to be a butthead. So.
And then you need to have a good sense of humor. You need to have a playful personality. I mean, because you want to enjoy this life. You don't want to be around a bunch of old fuddy-duddies. So if you don't know how to laugh, you need to learn how to laugh. And there's a difference. I mean, you can be playful and pull jokes or pranks on each other that's, that's not going over the top. Not you never want to embarrass anybody, but you still want to have that playful attitude. And you want to be able to play with your partner, and also you want to be able to receive that with a good attitude also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your partner pranks you, you just got pranked.
Right.
It's got to be funny because they went out of their way to use their time to pull this prank on you. So, that's just the way it is. But mostly you have to enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. And another thing that we have always done from the beginning is to put each other first. I always put Rob first, and some people find this a problem, even above your kids. Granted, your kids, especially when they're small, they're your priority because you're taking care of them and you're raising them. But he puts me first in front of our kids, and I do the same for him. Kids, friends, family, whatever. He is the first person I think about when I'm making a decision, or, it's just in general, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So,
here's what this is what I believe about kids. Okay, you're raising kids just like she said. You love your kids. You devote yourself to raising your kids and stuff like this. However, in my life, the most important person in my life is her. She has to come first. All our kids know that, and I tell them that. And it's don't tell me something and say, well, keep it a secret. Well, that means, I'll keep it a secret, but not from her.
Right.
And
Right.
you need to know that.
Right.
Because what happens is this: if you let kids become a wedge between your relationship, that's not a good thing. Because so often I see this, and people, because of their children, the children they interject themselves between the relationship of you and your wife, and you allow them to do that. And then what happens in the worst case scenario, a lot of times during divorce, the grown-ups will sit down and say, well, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. You let those kids you let those kids between you and your wife, or you and your husband, and they actually, that tension, that whole mess that you allowed actually ends up in divorce. And then you stand around later saying, well, what happened? Well, the kids happen, and we let that happen. So there's none of that. I'm not doing that. I'm not letting a child or anybody come between a relationship that I have with my wife.
And we're not talking about little children, obviously. So, little kids.
Well, I'm talking about anybody in general.
Right. I'm not.
I mean, you just can't do that.
Children. Yes, exactly. So, we always put each other first, and I think that's important to everybody. I mean,
no wedges.
Right, no wedges. So, another thing, as you know, we have a 17-year age gap. So when I got married, I was 20. When we got married, I was 26. He never treated me like
a child
or a kid or someone who didn't know what they were doing or have any experience. Again, I had a 10-year-old child at the time. I'd already been through the ropes. So he didn't treat me like that. And I respected that. And I demanded that, just as he demanded me not to treat him like an older person or an old man. He didn't act like one. He didn't. There was no way I would treat him like that, because, he's my partner. He's my.
I'm your old man.
He's my everything, and I just wouldn't do that. So you have to treat each other respectfully and put each other first. That's a given. I don't care how old you are or, when you get married. I mean, if there's an age gap or not, you have to, and I believe all of these things are important in any marriage. So,
yes.
So the last thing that we're going to talk about, obviously, and we won't go into depth about this, but we are physically attracted to each other. Always have been, always will be. I mean, we like each other. We're attracted to each other. We have a good time together, and that's obviously very important as well. So.
Your lives, this is what's going to happen. You're either going to grow together or you're going to grow apart.
Right.
And you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you need to grow together. And physically, you talk about the attraction and stuff. As far as our diet and exercise, we're on the same page with that. And to be able to enjoy each other's company, you need to be physically fit.
Take care of yourself.
You got to take care of yourself, and then, you know, make yourself attractive. I'm not just physically, because everybody's going to get older, and that just happens. But you get older together. But what attracts you to people? Their personality, their character, and we can clear this up right now. A person's character. There's a difference between a person's character and their personality. I mean, their personality is what you see in public. All right, their character is the way they behave when they're by themselves. See, and you need to make sure that you have an attractive personality and you got a good, solid, likable, lovable character about you. I mean, you want to do what's right. You want to treat people right. You want to be nice. And if you're not, you're just going to be one of these foul fuddy-duds that nobody likes. They might tolerate you, but they're not going to like you. And a lot of people, you know, they say, oh, you know, me and my wife, she goes one way and I go the other way. How sad.
Right.
How sad is that? Especially as you get older. You know, you can't enjoy each other's company. I just
Right.
think that's pitiful.
Right, exactly. Hear the kids screaming in the background? We enjoy that. That's our neighbors. They're babysitting some kids, so it's fun. You have to enjoy the small things that you do every day as well as the big things, and I wish that for everybody. We are blessed and grateful, and we're very lucky.
And another thing that we didn't talk about, we have each other's best interests in mind. Now, I get a little pushy with people when I spot potential and I see that it's not being used. And I start by suggesting things to see how receptive they are to that, like I do with her, right? And then a lot of times she will move forward because she's one of the smartest people I know, see? But she knows that she'll settle quick when maybe she should move forward a little bit more. Now, I get pushy, but I'm kind of easy with that. But then she also tolerates my free thinking. I'm a free thinker. And we'll get into this later, but there's things that we do, things that we've done, things that I think of. Like right now, I want to learn how to attract crows to our property. And I don't know where that came from, but I like the idea. And so I have one crow stand, and I'm going to put 2 more up. And you know what? She's all in. See?
I'll help you.
Now, she wouldn't have thought of that herself, but she'll be a part of that, which is good. It's called support.
Exactly. You gotta support each other. So, okay, I think that's it for today. So you guys, we're glad you joined us. Give us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on.
I would like to know what keeps y'all together.
Right.
Actually,
Right.
you know, I might be missing something here.
Right.
I mean, I might be missing some valuable information.
Right. So let us know. We'd be glad to hear from you. So
Yeah.
give us a thumbs up. We'd love for you to subscribe, and we will see you next time.